Hey everybody, Mike from AI Technology and Design back here with another day of technology in our 30 Days of Technology series. And hey, what if I told you for very little money you could turn any video display into a smart TV that had all the latest shows, all the latest services, and was super easy to use? Well, it's your lucky day because today we're going to be talking about Roku. All right, so before we get into a little bit more about Roku, I want to give you a little context as to why you might want to look at one of these solutions. And there are a few. The first has to do with cable. Less and less people are subscribing to traditional cable. People have found that by subscribing to 2 or 3 streaming services that they love that has all the shows they like, they don't have to pay for regular cable and they save money in the process. Now, you need a smart TV to do this. The days of us streaming through the air are done. Yes, you can still use an antenna, but you're not getting Netflix and Disney that way, friends. So you need some sort of source for it. Now, in newer televisions, especially from premium brands like Samsung, LG, and Sony, it's built in. This stuff is built in, and the quality of the experience you get from a brand new out-of-the-box smart TV from brand names like that is exquisite. However, there are 2 scenarios where you still might want to look at something like Roku. The first is if it's an entry-level TV, and we've all seen that 70-inch TV for sale at $300 on Boxing Day. It's not going to say Samsung, Sharp, or LG on it. It's going to be an entry-level TV, and there's no problem with that whatsoever. There's some great solutions out there. Really what you get when you jump up to those bigger names is you do get a better picture, but you also get a better on-screen experience. No problemo, friends. All you have to do is put one of these Roku devices on there, and you have a very intuitive, intelligent, easy-to-use smart TV. So that's number 1. Putting in a new TV, you definitely want to look at that. And second one is when you're putting in a new TV, but it's a better quality TV. So say I'm replacing my old 65-inch Sharp, which was still a great TV back in the day, with a brand new 85-inch Samsung. Better TV by a country mile. Now, am I going to throw that old 65-inch TV in the garbage? Heck no, I'm going to put it out for the kids to play on. So if I'm going to put it out for the kids to play on, I'm not going to spend $200 or $300 for an Apple TV on it because they're kids, they're going to break it. So for 25 Canadian dollars, I can buy a basic Roku streaming device, pop it on the back of this TV, and boom, we've got a smart TV. You want to buy an inexpensive projector for your kids to watch movies on? Same scenario. Any of those sorts of things for $25 to $50, you can add it and make it intelligent and easy right away. So it's perfect for your extra areas, perfect for the cottage, perfect for the kids' rooms. And because they're so cost effective and because you can work them anywhere you've got Wi-Fi, they're great for people who travel a lot as well. I used to travel 150 to 200 nights a year, and I would have loved this type of technology in a hotel room because I got so sick and tired of watching sitcom reruns on a Wednesday night when I was stuck in a hotel room. So for those of you who travel, also a really great solution as well. The Roku Express 4K represents massive bang for the buck, and it's also really easy to set up. It's very, very simple. It's a 4K source for any video device available, and they do make a standard definition 1080p version as well, but I love what this can do for 50 Canadian dollars. It will turn any 4K device into a 4K streaming device, so when it comes down to it, if you like the experience on your Roku and you want to have the same experience on every TV you own, this is a good way to do it because the user interface on a Samsung versus an LG TV is very different. So if you're not someone who likes to learn about new technology, for very little money you can pop one of these 4K Roku Expresses on any TV in your home and have a consistently easy experience. So as good as Roku's Express 4K stick is, they make another one for 15 more Canadian dollars. So it's 65 Canadian dollars. And it's called the Roku Streaming Stick Plus. And it has all the cool features of their other streaming devices in there. It's still going to stream in crystal clear 4K. It's still really easy to use. It's still incredibly simple to set up, but it addresses a huge issue we have in the home. If you've watched these videos, you know that we've spent a lot of time talking about Wi-Fi and the quality of Wi-Fi in our home and how we can use brands like Eero to fix it. That's great if you have the time, the energy, or the resources to fix it. But you may not have those if you're living in a dorm unit or a rental unit, or you're using it in an office or anything else. So Wi-Fi range is still an issue. The Roku Streaming Stick Plus simply has a much more powerful, longer range Wi-Fi on it. So if you're turning that old 65-inch TV from your living room into your garage TV to hang out there, you may not be able to get Wi-Fi all the way out there depending on how your home is set up. This simply levels the playing field, makes it easy to add this to any television regardless of location in the home. And you know what? If you're looking for a great source for an outdoor TV, because of the longer length of Wi-Fi and the stronger Wi-Fi, this works especially well. I'd love to take just a couple moments to talk to you about the advantages of sticks versus components. So when we look at things like a cable box from your telco provider or an Apple TV, they're boxes and they vary in size, but here's the challenge. We can't always hide them behind today's modern TVs. A lot of modern TVs are really thin and they're flushed up against the wall, which means you now have to run an HDMI cable down to hide it in a cabinet or put a cabinet behind the TV, and it adds an additional level of engineering, planning, and execution. The advantage of a stick is really, really simple. Most likely you already have power where your TV is. So you simply plug it into the extra outlet, because remember, there's always two outlets. That's code, at least in Canada and the US. And it plugs into the HDMI port on your TV. So you don't have to put an additional HDMI cable on it. You don't have to hide a box. It simply plugs in really, really easily. And the brands that are making sticks are winning. Of course, Roku does. Our friends at Amazon do. There are some great options out there. And if most TVs are just going to have a streaming source as its source, why not plug something simple? It can hide behind the TV, is really easy to deal with, and doesn't force you to run a whole bunch of wires and cables. It's really hard to pick the best product from Roku. They have some great products and they've been doing it for years, so they have a really deep pedigree doing this as well. Hey, their sticks are awesome. They're problem solvers. They do so many different things and they have the right one for the right application. So I preface this by saying it really depends on the home you have. If you have an old basic TV, their basic stick will work. If you're looking for something a little bit more high-end, their Streaming Stick Plus is definitely the way to go. And one other thing I want to point out to you is Roku also makes a soundbar. Is it on the same level as far as performance as a Sonos Arc or some of the higher-end products out there? No way. But for $190, you can't go wrong. It's a Roku streamer and it's a soundbar all in one. So it's, again, a really simple problem solver. And are you creating a high-end theater with it? No. Is it going to make the TV sound way better than it was before? Absolutely. And I think it's a great problem solver as well.